The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. Got a couple of minutes here before tip-off. Let's talk about the best of the best. The category this time around, ball handling. Kenny, who's got the best handle?
The best handle in the league right now? Oh, easily. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry.
Well,
I'm going Kyrie number 1, Steph Curry number 1A. Because
that's my alarm,
I
Ernie.
say this, Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time to get everywhere on the floor.
It's Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball. On 2K Sports, I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's been home cooking for the Kings in the midst of a homestand here in Sacramento. They're still in the picture, playoff-wise, but 3 games back from that 8th slot. They'll need to play well down the stretch.
And it's the last time they'll see these guys. A 2-game season series, and after losing that first one, I'd expect them to play with a little extra added motivation.
Greg, going winless against any team is not your desire. I mean, no matter how many or how few times you face them, that's not something you want on your legend. That'll be motivation enough for them today, all by itself.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Victor Oladipo is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Parsons in at the 3. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
Clock is at 3. On its way from Oladipo for 2. The shot will not go. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounding to me is all about heart, the willingness to get in there and mix it up, do your work early, get to that inside position. And I didn't see any of that fight from them. Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
Now here's Vucevic. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively.
Oladipo for 3, 4 seconds left. Vucevic with the bucket.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Now Collison, 11 points last game. Pass to Cousins. On the wing, Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. The drive by Collison, and easy 2 points on the layup. Collison's got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Vucevic is screen on Collison. Collison against Rubio. Kicks it to Parsons. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
And he knocks down the first one. And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
Here's Payton. Sacramento able to drain the three. There's the pick. At the elbow, it's Parsons. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to Caspi. Wright sets a screen. Here is Caspi. He's guarded by Arthur. Here's Christmas. Nicholson grabs the board.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Fournier kicks to Nicholson. That's good. Nicholson's got his first basket of the night.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Right outside. Here's the screen. Here's Caspi. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
He's one of the best in the league at that, even with just a tiny sliver.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Allison runs the point with McLemore at the 2. Johnson is out there with Caspi, and it's Cousins in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Excellent feed from DC, Darren Collison.
And it's the Magic with the ball. The Kings getting the bucket. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Payton. Outside Collison. Orlando grabs the miss. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
And it's the Magic with the ball after Darren Collison's miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Caspi with the bucket. And so for Caspi last season, finally found some consistency on offense. He'd always had the skill set, but really couldn't connect the dots. It seemed like he did last year.
He did. I felt like the game at times earlier in his career was too fast for him. He really seemed to slow things down and work on his shooting mechanics. Even though he was a really good shooter, he hadn't seen results at this level. Now you look at last year, 49% from the field, 40 from behind the arc.
And then Cousins with the dunk. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Payton with the ball. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Vucevic, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Collison, the pass to Caspi. Here's the floater. He lays it in. Caspi's got the lead up to 6 now for the Kings.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Gordon with a screen on Collison. Payton kicks to Gordon. The shot misses, so the Kings will take it the other way. Cousins with a screen on Payton. Johnson with it. Now Payton defending. Johnson dishes to Cousins. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Vucevic.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
First one falls for him. Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
For DeMarcus Cousins, his numbers have been flat out phenomenal. I mean, just incredible. Sometimes hidden by the lack of what's around him in Sacramento, especially, Greg, when you compare last year's stats with other centers in the NBA.
Yeah, he's averaged nearly 5 points more per game than the next center. Top 3 in rebounding for all centers. This guy is the complete package down low.
Now here's Wright. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Cousins, no good. The Magic have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Up top, Rubio. Guarded by Wright.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's the 3. And we've reached halftime in this one. Kings lead by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. The Magic trail by 6. Here's who Scott Skiles is starting the second half with. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Ricky Rubio is out there with Oladipo. And it's Parsons in at the small forward. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Oladipo's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Magic. Collison, the pass to Cousins. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Cousins has got 8 points.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Oladipo misses. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. And I like his work ethic and his confidence.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win. Looking now at some numbers for Cousins. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's getting around 20 points per, 13 rebounds, then just over 2 blocks. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
And talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
And that one's good. Cauley Stein's got his first points in this one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Now here's Parsons, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. A step back shot here, and it's Christmas with the rebound.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Vucevic. Oladipo against Johnson, and Oladipo kicks to Rubio. Back to Oladipo. Picked by Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Oladipo dishes to Gordon. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Gordon's got his first basket of the night.
And one thing about Nikola Vucevic, he owns the boards. Posted a top 10 double-digit average in each of the past 3 seasons. Plus, he's equally adept on both the offensive and defensive glass.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Moreland's checked in, and it's Bellinelli in for McLemore. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Nicholson's checked in for Vucevic. Arthur comes in for Gordon. Hezonja, he's checked in for Parsons. And Fournier subbed in for Oladipo. Well, Greg, you were talking about watching Vucevic. He doesn't have the athleticism to beat people to the ball on rebounds, but Clark, he does have an exceptional, ability to box out well. He's got that long reach. He can make steals.
Good technique, really great size, and a hunger to chase down the rebound. So you don't have to jump high to rebound effectively. As a matter of fact, Kevin, most outstanding rebounders are not high risers. They're quick jumpers, they're strong, and they pursue the pumpkin.
That's a good point. Here's Bellinelli. Back to Curry. He feeds it to Bellinelli. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And now it's a 12-point Kings lead. Rubio, the pass to Nicholson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Well, through 3/4 of... And the final period of play just about to start. Kings leading now by 10. They've got Curry. Cauley Stein is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Dishes it to McLemore. Curry wide open. Here's Cousins. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. 10 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
And the Kings making a change here. Anderson's checked in, and a switcher also for Orlando. Payton's checked in. Now here's Payton. Down low, and so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. Collison against Payton. Gordon with a screen on Collison. Shot clock at 6. Here's Vucevic. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front court. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
And Cousins gets it to go.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. 11 feet away, and that one comes up a bit short.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
Now here's Payton. A drive by Vucevic. It's deflected.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Payton outside. The feed to Vucevic. From down in the low post, it goes.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have on himself to carry this team out of this hole. And, you know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
Johnson, he's checked in for Sacramento. McLemore dishes to Collison. Here's Cousins. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 5 assists in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And Orlando has possession. Down by 12. Payton passes to Vucevic. That drops.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Now here's Collison. Here's Cousins. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Vucevic kicks to Payton. A baseline J. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Payton. Payton's got 3 assists tonight. Kings leading now by 10. Right side, Collison. Great D that time from Payton.
And that's an important rebound, and especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
He dishes it to Vucevic. Back to Payton. 5 on the clock. Down low. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And a lot of noise coming from these fans after that call was made.
Well, it seems like we've got some rookie officials here trying to handle the business and on the court, and the crowd clearly not in harmony with what they're calling.
And Orlando making a change here. Rubio's checked in, and he commits the intentional foul. And here are the Kings now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Oladipo with the double team. McLemore dishes to Collison. McLemore the pass to Collison. Cauley-Stein kicks to McLemore. 4 on the clock. And they go to the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Here's Napier. Smith dishes to Dedmon. J.R. Smith on the wing. Let's go. It gets rebounded by Christmas.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
So the Kings win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith with DeMarcus Cousins.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.